Feeling that feet to pelvis connection. So we're going to have the arms either out to the side, 1 or 2 feet away, either back of the hands on the floor or the palms down. Good. Now we're going to squeeze the inner thighs and lift the thighs up towards us. So the thighs come towards the belly, knees stay bent, and we're going to be reaching through our heels. Okay, soft shoulders, neck, and jaw. So we don't want to be creating a lot of tension in the upper part of the body. So the lower part of the body is quite integral. The upper part of the body is heavy shoulder blades, but spacious neck. Now we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, you're going to bring your legs over to one side and maybe even a little bit up, like you're creating a little U shape. And then as you bring your legs and your head into center, you're going to point your toes. And as you exhale, you're going to reach through your heels, squeeze the ball, feel the belly draw in and up as the legs, maybe the head comes to the other side. Inhale as legs and the head come to center, point the toes, exhale coming into the other side. Maybe that SH breath is inhale through nose, SH breath. Good. And as you flow from left to right, anytime you can pause if body's feeling like it needs to rest. Those of you that feel that you want to go a little bit deeper, you can reach through the heels and push through the legs as if you're kicking a ball in space and really feel everything gathering in and up. Remember that inner pull. And then bend the knees, point the toes as you inhale through center, exhale, reach through the heels, squeeze the ball, feel the lower belly and the transverse gather in. There's also an internal up feeling that comes in. So just go from side to side. We're just going to feel the flow happen here. Anytime the body feels ready to take a moment of pause, you come down and you rest. And just take a few more breaths and just take a moment to feel, oh, there's my center line. It's me landing in my body. Now you're going to take your bolster, and some of you may use it to support your head as you roll onto your left side. So if you need to face or turn towards me in any way, feel free. As this next one, we're going to be doing some hip work. So sometimes it gets a little bit technical. And so head is supported on the bolster. Now we're going to take our inflated ball, and you will also use, I find using something in between my feet is also helpful. So you decide. So the 4-inch block might be helpful to put in between the soles of the feet. And then the inflated ball you can put in between your inner knees. So you've got that stacking quality. And you want to check my head, torso, and hips are all in one line. And your legs just come up to a place that feels comfortable for you. And we're just going to create some space in our back. So your right hand can rest on your right thigh. Now, this is a rolling motion where you're going to roll through your top leg and hip. You're not going to go too far. So you're going to let the right hip and leg roll forward over the ball. So when you look, you're going to see that your knee and your thigh goes a little bit in front of your left leg. Yes. And then you're going to draw it back. Okay, so you're only going to draw it back till you get parallel. So you're going to inhale, and as you exhale, just let the leg and the hip roll forward a little bit. So it's just creating some space in the back of the pelvis. And then you're going to inhale back to center. So you're just going to do that a couple times. Exhale forward. Inhale, pull back to center. It's okay if you go a little bit back with the knee when you pull back. Just let your body flow in a movement that feels really nourishing for you. So no discomfort, no deep sensations here, creating some fluidity. Good. And you're just feeling that top leg, hip, roll forward, and back. But you're going to do one or two more. So whenever we free the pelvis like this, there's a whole bunch of nerves in their sacral plexus that filter all through the pelvis, and they all affect the digestive system as well. So it's really nice awareness to do this one. Then you're going to let go of the block in between your feet and just put it beside. And you're going to take the ball. So you don't have to put something behind your leg, but I really do like to put the inflated ball just kind of below the back of the knee and squeeze it. Now, depending on the fabric of your pants, you might feel that it's a little slippery. So if it is, you can always do it without. Okay, so we've done this one before where it's in the hips, it's not rolling back through the torso. So you're going to allow your right thigh, your right knee to point towards the ceiling. So you can feel that as an exhale. And then as you inhale, you're going to bring your inner thighs together and the shins and the feet are going to come up. So inner thighs touch, yeah, shins and feet come up. There it is. So you're going to inhale, allowing the leg come up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, inner thigh coming to touch shin and foot. Yeah, coming up into the ceiling. Let's just do that one or two more times. Inhale, exhale. So we're working here the glute medius, specifically the anterior fibers and the posterior fibers of the glute medius. So when we bring our leg in and down, we're working internal rotation, which is more the front fibers of your glute medius. And then when you inhale, exhale, point the knee up, you're working more external rotation. And so you can feel this muscle, which helps to create stability through the side when we're walking and moving, doing any sort of activity. I don't know about you, but mine is feeling, I'm just going to finish off this last one, but you decide how many more you want to do. Hey, then you're going to release the ball. I just want you to shake out the leg. Hey, put the ball just back in between the inner thighs. You're going to hold that there, and then you're just going to inhale. And as you exhale, I just want you to imagine that you're kicking the ball in space. You're just going to extend the leg forward. Yeah. And then inhale, bring it back. Now, when you bring it back, and this is harder to notice, but you want to notice, okay, I'm not dropping my shin below the whole plane of the leg and I'm not going up too high. So you're just staying on one whole plane. So as the heel goes forward, I want you to pull back through your sit bone and your hamstring to the wall behind you. So the heel's forward and the sit bone, the hamstring forward. So you're going to go back and forth. Inhale, exhale, kicking a ball. There it is. Yes. Good. Yeah, hip pulls back as heel goes forward when you go into a leg extension. I want you to feel that opposition. Just do it a couple more times because I feel like a few of us are just starting to get the awareness. Yeah, try to keep your thigh not moving from the ball when you kick it. Yeah, good. One last time. Okay, and then roll onto your back. Check in. I always find the bolster a little bit too high, but it might feel nourishing for you to have behind the head. But just come off and take a moment just to feel both hips. Might be in a straight leg, it might be in a bent knee. Okay, so you might feel a little bit different in the right side of the body as you do to the left side because we haven't done the left side. So I feel a little bit more spaciousness and spreading through my right side than I do on my left. So just really interesting. Okay, and then you're going to just turn over. I'm flipping around so I can still stay facing forward to you, but you're on right side now. Okay, and the block, we used it in between the feet. We had the ball in between the inner thighs, inner knees, and the head on the bolster. So you want to check, am I lined up? So it's head, torso, hips all in one line. The knees are at a comfortable bend. And I've just got my mic on this side, so I'm going to be kind of favoring that a little bit with my head. Okay, your left hand, if that helps, can touch your left leg. And then you're moving forward. It's really nice to exhale here because it allows a little bit of support to come in. And then an inhale as you draw it back. Just feel free if the thigh and the leg want to move back a little bit more. But remember, you're moving in a pain-free range of motion. And we're just creating a slide and glide to the connective tissue that holds the ilium and the sacrum together. Some of you have heard it called your SI joints or the sacroiliac ligaments. We're just creating a little slide and glide. Not a very huge movement. Really nourishing for the pelvis, the lower back, the nervous system, all through the sacral plexus of nerves. There's a whole group of them that flow off your sacrum. Okay, and just feel that for a few more rounds. Pause at any time. And then once you come into center, you're going to let the block go because you don't need it. You're going to take the ball, put it behind the back of the calf and the thigh, something to squeeze. And it asks the hamstrings to not over engage here and allows us to pinpoint a little bit more the glute medius. So you can feel when you're ready. Now watch, if your tendency is to roll back, you want to try to stay heavy on your right side as the left leg is opening up. You can root through your heel. Okay, and then the inner thighs come together, shin and foot comes up. So you find which breathing pattern works for you. Is it inhale when the leg comes up and exhale when the inner thighs come together and the shin and foot is up? Hmm? And go and feel. It might be the opposite. It might exhale and find the opening and the inhale as the inner thighs come together. See if you can just let the mobility come through the pelvis without rolling back and forth through the torso. Yeah, good. Creating some stability through hips. And when you're ready, you're going to allow that to pause. Then you take the ball out and you're going to put it in between the inner thighs and her knees. Now your shin and foot wants to stay on the same plane. So watch if your tendency is to lower it down to below this plane of motion or too high. Okay, so find your exhale as you kick a ball in space. Now, as the heel reaches forward, pull back through your pelvis, your hamstring, your sit bone, and then inhale as you draw the leg back. So exhale to extend the leg. You're reaching through the heel, pulling back through the hamstring and the sit bone. Okay, so we're not thinking knee. Inhale back. As you exhale, you're extending in opposition. And that's what straightens the leg. We can wear out joints in the body, but when we work through muscles and ligaments and the connection of the body, and we're not putting strain on areas of the body, or we can feel a little bit more discomfort or wearing down around the joints. I'm just going to do one or two more. You just find your pace. Okay, and once that feels comfortable and complete, you're going to release just for an inner reflection. Slide back and just check in how both sides of the hips feel. Okay.